Hello, and welcome to Lisa's Corner. Disclaimer, this might be renamed later. So, for episode 1, I am going to be talking about The Vampire Diaries, Season 4, Episode 7, entitled My Brother's Keeper. So, as if this show wasn't enough of a soap opera already, we added this fucking episode, which was just mind-blowing amounts of stupid relationships, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about the relationships that were dissected and discussed in this episode. Okay. Elena and whoever the bleep she is with this week, Caroline and whoever the bleep she is with this week, Tyler, and that weird girl from the Secret Circle, which by the way I do not like. That new girl, April, who actually I do kind of like because she seems to be a little refreshing from all this weirdo soap opera drama that's going on. And whoever the heck she likes this week. I swear to God, this show is nothing but love triangles. Triangle, 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 triangle. Where does it stop? Where does it stop? Okay. So, big surprise, guess what's going on this episode? There's a party or a festival of some sort. How often does this happen on this show? I'd say about once every 0.5 episodes. This week we were all subjected to watch the wonderful Miss Mystic Falls pageant, which we all know the Anal Caroline won last year. So naturally, the Anal Caroline is put in charge of running this year's pageant. Guess who won? The only character whose name we know! Yay! April! Yeah. So I can give you a summary of this episode, but I'm just gonna tell you now, there's pretty much one thing that happened that is really important. As my good friend Melissa says, that's one more than last week. So, we learned last week on Vampire Diaries that Jeremy is the new hunter that they found, and each time he kills a vampire, his tattoos on his arms keep spreading to eventually, spoiler alert, find a cure for vampirism. Now, this seems to be an important plot point in the story, so you'd think they'd kind of give a little more time to this rather than all these weird-ass relationships going on in this show. But no. Oh no. At the beginning of the episode, Stefan abducts a guy from the hospital who, he was a murderer, so that's why he chose him. He didn't just choose some random guy, of course. And he abducts him and brings him down to the cellar where he turns him into a vampire and basically forces Jeremy to kill him. Turning Jeremy into a fucking psycho. And now I know we all just love Jeremy because he's so good at getting himself out of situations. But guess what? He's got himself into another one. Who saw that coming? No one. Let's see, what else went on in this episode? Well, not much else besides the relationship dramas, which I will gladly tell you about now. There is Elena, who we learned in the last episode, broke up with Stefan because of her feelings for Damon. Like this doesn't happen every episode. Oh my god, I hate this show. I love it, but I hate it. And for all you Clyler fans out there, here's where it gets real juicy. So, Caroline went with Klaus to the pageant because Klaus was supposed to think that Caroline and Tyler broke up because of Hayley. But they didn't. But Klaus doesn't know that. So Caroline went to the dance with Klaus. Oh my god! And in this episode, we saw Klaus really freakily, like, laughing and smiling, like, the whole time, and I don't know about anyone else, but I was a little perturbed by this. So, Tyler decided to go to the dance with Hayley, that weird werewolf chick who came out of nowhere and is from that really weird show, The Secret Circle, which, thank God, is no longer on the air, because that show was a hot mess. So, we see Tyler giving Caroline and Klaus dirty looks basically the entire time, because he's jealous. Now, is he jealous of Caroline or is he jealous of Klaus? Some people might like to think it's Caroline. I am one of those people. Disclaimer, I am not a Clyler fan. Yes.
Clyler enabler.
I am a Klaus Let's just get, I'm a class fan. Whoever he is with, I am a fan of. So once again at this pageant, pretty much the only person being useful was Damon. Who would have guessed, right? I mean, who else decides to make themselves useful and go maybe talk to some important people, kind of find out some things? Who would have thought that's a good idea? I mean, not me. I don't know. So Damon is talking to this professor guy that we met a while back, who we really don't know his purpose yet, but he's kind of helping Bonnie out. So Damon talks to him a little bit, interrogates him, finds out some stuff that's kind of trivial. Getting everyone confused now. There's so many fucking characters on the show, I can't keep them all straight. Here's another whole soap opera drama. Damon saw Hayley talking to that professor guy. And then Damon saw Tyler and he said, Tyler, ask Hayley about that. And so Tyler's like, Hayley, do you know that professor guy? You were talking to him. And Hayley's like, oh, I don't know him. We were just talking. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, bitch. We see at the end of the episode that Hayley actually does know the professor because she's telling him about all the hybrids that they are unsiring from Klaus. I know they do this to us. They just kind of give us all these plot points and then they're like, oh, we'll explain it all later. And then they explain it and we're like, oh, that is so stupid. But such is this show that for some reason I love it. I can't stop watching. So you tell me what's wrong with me. Okay, bye. So by the end of the episode, somehow all of their housing arrangements got totally screwed up. No one knows why. Just kidding, we all know why. It's because they're all f***ing drama queens. First of all, Elena left her house with Jeremy. I mean, she left on her own. And Matt came to live with Jeremy. Who thinks that's a good idea? I mean, we all know that they both have a knack for getting in trouble. What has to protect them? Who's it gonna be?
That ring that Jeremy wears.
The ring will protect them. Elena left, went to the Salvatore house. But Stefan, of course, is being a huge fucking drama queen about this, and he's being a little crybaby, and he had to leave, and he is staying with Caroline. I don't know about this episode. Judgments? I don't know. We'll wait to see next week on episode 8. What's it called? Something about Bourbon Street. Episode 8. Something about Bourbon Street. Yay!